Hello everyone, it's your guy Paradise OJ. In my previous SQL video, I listed 9 concepts every data analyst should know. In this video, I'll be dealing with 2 of them. Number 1, how to create a database. Let's jump right into it. To create a database, all you need to do is to say create database. So let's say our database, the name is tutorials. So we can say tutorials and then close with that semicolon, and then we hit on F5 or execute. That's it right there. It's created. So let's create our table. That's number 2. To create a table, simply say create table. What's the name of this table? Let's call it clients. All right. So we go clients. That's great. What do we want inside this table called clients? What would the fields be like? So let's start creating the fields together with the data types and the constraints. So we're going to start with the bracket and we're going to call this one here client ID. That's the first field. This client ID, what's the data type? It's an integer because it's numerical. And then, very importantly, we're going to state the identity of this client ID. It starts from 1 and then it increases by 1 every time automatically. Okay? And then we can close by saying it's the primary key. Primary key here means this client ID is the unique identifier of all our records in this table. Good. So the next thing is names. That's our second column or field, if you like. So this name, what's the data type? It's a variable character. That's varchar. And in this field, we want maximum 15 alphabets, meaning any name that has 16 alphabets will not or cannot be imputed into this field. So we also state the constraint. The constraint is not null. Not null means this field cannot accept a null value. All right? So you close with a comma. Okay? So the next one is surname. We want to also include their surnames, and just like before, this is a variable character, and then we can also specify here 15. No surname greater than 15 can enter here, and not null. Then you go with another comma, and then you can say, let's do locations. We want to know where these folks are. It's also a variable character because that data will be imputed with alphabets, and we can also specify 15 and also not null as the constraint. And finally, let's do something like age. Now, age is not an alphabet, it's a number, so it means age is an integer. Now, we can do something interesting with this age. We can add check. Check here is a constraint. We'll say age greater than or equal to 0. What this does for us is that no negative number can be imputed into this field. All right? Okay. So once we've done that, we'll close the global brackets just as we have here. You can see it's highlighted, and then we put our semicolon, and this should create our table clients for us. So you hit F5 or execute, and that should do it. You see commands completed successfully. So if you want to check right now, let's see. So you say select everything from what? Sorry, clients. That's it right there. So let's run this, and the table we just created should pop up. See it right there, client ID, names, surnames, location, and age. So you see, first of all, we created a database, and then we created a table with the table name clients. We specified the columns that we wanted, the various fields and their data types and the constraints. All right, and we ran our code to be sure it's working, and voila, here it is looking at us. So in our next video, we'll populate this table with data. You're going to see the different names, all right, of our clients and their client ID. You're going to see the location and the age, and we're going to continue manipulating that data. All right, we're going to start doing inserts where you're going to see value, and then we're going to see stuffs like modify, alter, delete, and so on and so forth. All those concepts I dealt with, I listed in the very first SQL video I created. Okay, so for your events, collaborations, partnerships, please hit me up at joeparavo.com. I will be so glad to hear from you. Now remember, I won't charge you to like, subscribe, share, comment, and click on the bell symbol to see my new content. It is absolutely free, and when you do that, you show me love, and you also support me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I really like to teach and educate. All right, I know what it feels like to be ignorant, so I don't like ignorance. I like sharing knowledge. Okay, so you can check out my other videos as well to gain more insight and enjoy my creativity. Watch this space. Thank you.